Welcome back to A Minute with Alan, a dangerous episode. This one is called Housewives. Now, there's a franchise, which I'm sure you've heard of, called Real Housewives. There's Real Housewives of Atlanta, Real Housewives of Washington, Real Housewives of, Abilene, who knows? And my wife and I, we don't watch this stuff. We see advertisements for it, but you hear about these women in the news quite frequently, and they are out there. I mean, bizarrely dressed, some of them, excessive makeup, their own dramas, some very wealthy, most very wealthy, it seems to me. And, as a colleague of mine said, done up like donuts. And my wife and I said, well, here in Rhode Island, which is a strange state, right? Almost every housewife is a real housewife. I mean, you could just see it coming. Well, the other day, a professional woman who's been through my program and who has a very successful business of her own says to me, Alan, do you ever work with people who are going to be on camera somewhere and help them appear better and speak better on camera? I said, sure, I do this all the time. I've done it for world-class surgeons and politicians and so forth. She says, well, what would it cost? So my wife and I immediately are thinking, this has got to be Real Housewives coming to Rhode Island. Real Housewives of Providence or something. I said, well, look, I would suggest 2 sessions, and I'll do each one for $2,500, $5,000, which is way below my rates, but this is intriguing. Don't forget, I'm someone who once coached Miss Rhode Island USA contestants and Miss Rhode Island Miss America contestants. So this stuff appeals to me. And so I gave her the numbers, and she got back to me a few days later, and she says, well, this was for Real Housewives of Rhode Island. I'm saying, oh, really? And she says, but this woman, she says it's too big an investment. She says she thinks nothing about buying a $5,000 purse, but she won't invest in herself to that degree. I said, don't worry about it. I have a lot of clients like that.